What's going on, YouTubers? For ladies and gentlemen, this is the Natural Born Thriller. And welcome everyone to this National Wrestling Alliance review, which pertains to NWA 73. This was the NWA's 73 anniversary show. The show from August 28th, I'm sorry, that's the wrong date. August 29th, 2021, which by the way, that was the date of Michael Jackson's 63rd birthday, if he was still around. So shout to the late great King of Pop. So yeah, I'm trying to find something here, folks. Just bear with me. I thought I had it here, but okay, here it is. Wrong pocket. So yeah, like I said, the show from August 29th, 2021. At St. Louis, Missouri, at the Chase Corbison Ballroom, under the promotion of the National Wrestling Alliance. The tagline was "Wrestling returns to the chase." And I want to get one thing off the bat first, pertains to who was there. But I'll get to that momentarily. But as far as pertains to watching NWA 73. When I first did the the preview for NWA EmPowerrr, which is an all-woman pay-per-view, I was not planning on doing any preview of the show itself of 73, but because of the matches that took, there's one match that took place, on the show of EmPowerrr, which is going to become the contender from that gauntlet match to face Camille for the title on 73, and then on top of that with the story going on with Nick Aldis and Trevor Murdoch that they contributed on the pay-per-view of EmPowerrr as well, after Camille had her match against Layla Hirsch. So like, you know what, why not, I'll do it anyways. And on top of that, I bought the bundle, which is, I think it was because I originally bought the NWA EmPowerrr. The one I was looking for was NWA EmPowerrr, but I guess I also bought the the bundle of it, which I didn't realize that was the case, because anyway, I was still gonna watch the show either way, which is NWA 73, but I didn't know if when I bought the NWA EmPowerrr that I also purchased the NWA 73 review as well, which was on Fight TV, by the way. And I guess it's the same thing pertains to back in 2019 when I bought the Starrcast 3, I think it was, for, I think it was Starrcast 3, I can't remember if it was Starrcast 3, I'm pretty sure it was, because it has CM Punk there, where it's the best in the world, and then it came with other things too that bought along with it. So so I guess it's like, you know what, have at it, you bought the old review, hey, I'll throw it in the NWA 73 as well. Now I don't know if it's if you had to buy them separately and it was cost a little less, because when I paid for it, it was about $40 plus tax. So yeah, in a way, I'm happy that I got either way that I purchased it, that I got the bundle of it. So I got to watch EmPowerrr, which I did, and I got to watch 73, which I didn't have time to do as well. Now, before I get to 73, maybe I'll do a quick recap of EmPowerrr pertains to the matches, because you had another match that I forgot about too that was going to be on the card as well for EmPowerrr, but they decided to move it one match at the dark show. Basically a dark match, I should say. One match was moved to the dark match, and the other match was moved into the pre-show match. And the other matches were the main cards that they went with for EmPowerrr. So the one dark match happened with Apollo Blaze, who was being acquired by Terrence Terrell, defeated Kenzie Page, which I did have Kenzie Page to win, but Kenzie Page didn't win. So, and plus I want to know how the match went about, because it was a dark match, so I want to know. Sky Blue from the pre-show defeated Christy J. Lenz. and 5 minutes and 11 seconds. And then, and rotates in the main card, you had Deonna Purrazzo. I mean, not Deonna Purrazzo. That's not until later. You had Diamante defeating Jake Tormenta and Kylie Ray with Diamante pinning Tormenta. In a basically an interpromotional three-way match. That's at 8 minutes and 14 seconds. You had the Hex, Allison Kay and Marty Bell defeating Hell on Heels, Renee Michelle and Sahara 7, and the National Women's Tag Team Championship Tournament semifinals in 6 minutes and 54 seconds. We had Red Velvet and Patty King of AEW, I should say. I was going to say Ring of Honor. Defeated the Free Babes of Jazzy Yang and Miranda Gordy, being accompanied by Hollywood Holland J, I meant to say. Hollywood Holland J. In the National Women's World Tag Team Championship Tournament semifinals in 6 minutes and 44 seconds. Deonna Purrazzo defeated Molina by submission to retain her Impact Knockouts Championship in 14 minutes and 38 seconds. You had the Hex, who won their semifinals tournament of Allison Kay and Marty Bell, defeating Red Velvet and Kylie King, who also won their semi-final match to reach to the finals of the NWA Women's World Tag Team Championship match that had a 9 minutes and 41 second decision where again the Hex won the match, and basically reviving the NWA Women's World Tag Team titles that has not been seen since around the late 1980s. Then you had Camille defeating Layla Hirsch, to retain her NWA Women's World Championship title in 13 minutes and 3 seconds. And finally, the main event that featured Chelsea Green, Tully Lane, Bianca Corelli, Debbie Malenko, Lady Frost, Jamie Senegay, Jenini, Kira Hogan, Masha Samovic, and Thunder Kitty in this NWA Women's Invitational Cup gauntlet match that lasts 24 minutes and 8 seconds, with Chelsea Green winning the entire thing, which the match can only be contested of eliminating your opponents by pinfall submission, not throwing them out of the ring. And I say that throwing out of the ring is just not saying throwing over the top rope. We'll get to that when we get to what happened pertains to the Battle Royal on 73rd anniversary show for NWA when we get to it. And there you go, folks. That was the recap of this whole thing. Like I said, from my last review of it, of NWA, which is to EmPowerrr. Not a bad show, other than a couple of hiccups and a couple of errors and a couple of things that I talked about or ran about, and that was a complete mess. But the show overall was still a good show. And if NWA is thinking about doing a second EmPowerrr pay-per-view for the women's again for NWA in the near future, I'll be more happy to see that. And hopefully they'll get it right this time. When it pertains to to the production, cameras, and also the right with the right booking too. Not saying the booking was bad or terrible. Maybe on the majority was that it was, but the show itself, it was good. It was still a good show either way. But that's my recap of this whole thing of the NWA's EmPowerrr pay-per-view, which hopefully they'll do another one. This time, adding more women's from other promotions, like from Ring of Honor, which is the women's the women's division at Ring of Honor. Just don't bring Angelina Love, because she's always got to win her matches every time. Just saying. But I digress. So yeah, I want to bring up, by the way, the commentator from EmPowerrr. His name was his name very drawing a blank here, but I think it was like Brent or Brett, something like that. But I forgot his last name. The guy I was trying to figure out who was on commentary with Joe Galli and Velvet Sky. And then we had on this show, where it tends to 73 of NWA, you have Joe Galli, and for a little bit you had Yeah, Conrad Thompson. I was gonna say another Conrad, which fuck that Conrad by the way. But as far as Conrad Thompson, he's a cool guy. Who does a lot of podcasts with different wrestlers, different promoters, I should say former promoters. One of them is Eric Bischoff. But yeah, Conrad Thompson, he's a huge wrestling fan, and he's well known on the podcast of pro wrestling. Even with a piece of trash Bruce Pritchard. So just saying. And then after when he was gone, Tim Storm comes on commentary. Because I guess Tim Storm is a part of the commentary team with Joe Galli and Elvis Guy. I wouldn't know because I don't watch the show that much anymore anyways. Not saying that the shows are terrible. I just don't have any interest in watching NWA like I used to anymore. Not wrong that they did. I just never have. I don't have time anymore, unfortunately. I'll try to catch their pay-per-views though, but other than that, that's all I'm gonna stick with, which is NWA. So, but anyways, now before we get too happy on the rest of the show here, which I'm about to talk about the one thing that they have on the show here, and it involves the Nature Boy Ric Flair. He is an all-time legend in pro wrestling history of NWA. And he's been welcomed back home. So he comes out and he looks great by the way in his suit, like he always does. But he's looking his age right now. And I just see him walking, and I'm like, yeah, he shouldn't be wrestling anymore. Yeah, his time in the ring should be done. It's like someone else's time in wrestling should be done too as well. Where it tends to, well, let me try something broader. Just saying. But Ric Flair, he came out there, he cut a promo. Now, despite that he can't go in the ring anymore because of his age, he's getting older and everything he's been through with his entire body. He can still cut a good promo. And he sure as hell did here when he cut a promo about where he said that he loved Mr. McMahon. I digress. We're into any type of love of Mr. McMahon, of a human being. But I digress. Ric Flair talks about he thanked Triple H, Shawn Michaels, Undertaker, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Randy Orton, and he talked about other people too as well. He even talked about he also said thank you to Tony Khan as well. But those two also have a relationship that I never knew they had, pertains to with Tony Khan and Ric Flair. I don't know what they discuss behind the scenes. But it's good though that Tony Khan and Ric Flair also had that bond as well. So Ric Flair, who is a 25-time world champion in pro wrestling history, and represents the WWE's title reign of being 16-time world champion, because WWE doesn't want to acknowledge the other championships that he's won, because WWE don't do that, because they're fucking idiots. But he gives a shout out to Randy Orton because he talks about how he wanted Randy Orton to break his record. And that goes to show you, out of all the times that Ric Flair was cutting a promo, doesn't matter who it was, where it tends to Jon Stewart, where it tends to a program with Brock Lesnar, where it tends to the whole WWE Hall of Famer panel, which is to Hulk Hogan, Shawn Michaels, and Ric Flair during that time. Hell, that could be something I can't remember off the bat, because since WWE programmings, I don't want to think about their programmings anymore, because the point I'm trying to say with all this is that at all the times that Ric Flair on TV kept talking about if he wants anyone to break his record of surpass the 16 World Championship reigns, he wants John Cena to break that record. After this, saying that Randy Orton, he really wanted Randy Orton to break the record, it was right there that WWE told Ric Flair to say you need to put John Cena over. We want you to overrate this guy, that he should be the guy to break the record because he's the greatest of all time. John Cena ain't no greatest of all time. So there you go, folks. To me that's validation right there about how WWE views John Cena. Pertains to using a legend like Ric Flair, even though John Cena is fucking garbage and fucking trash, fucking sucks. He's a fucking dumpster fire, still doing the same old moves and the same old shit with his shitty ass shoulder tackles, shitty ass Final Shuffle, shitty ass FTF. Just a shitty wrestler that John Cena is. Ridiculous. If it pertains to John Cena in WWE being a 16-time world champion, which he is a 16-time world champion in WWE, and that's only in WWE. Which pertains to Ric Flair, he's been a world champion everywhere he went. Maybe not in TNA, which it would be nice if he would have been, but it's not about Ric Flair during that time. It was about putting it over the younger guys. Hulk Hogan. But yeah, just hearing that from Ric Flair, like, oh, so you want Randy Orton to be the guy to break the record, not John Cena. And I wonder why Ric Flair will say that all this time. But since John Cena, he wanted Cena to break that record. Oh, because it was the WWE's idea for Ric Flair to say that. And then he talks about after saying that, he really wanted Randy Orton to break the record before the Queen, which is his daughter, before she gets to 12 time, whatever, because WWE decided to take away 2 of her women's title reigns from NXT because NXT doesn't matter because fuck NXT, right? But anyways, and then he says that Vince McMahon, I love you. Basically, give a shout out to Vince McMahon, I love you. If he's not watching, whatever. Let's face it. You think Vince McMahon is really gonna be watching, or Ric Flair at any other promotions? You think Vince McMahon really cares about watching any other promotions? The only promotion he cares about to watch is his own promotion, WWE. And you really think he's gonna care about watching NXT? Where all these years, he's where he made this one comment about how he doesn't watch that flipping shit of NXT because that's all NXT is, right? Flippity flop, right? Even though the main roster does the same shit too. Get the fuck out here with that bullshit. But yeah, that's what Chris said. If he's not watching, whatever, or basically let Vince McMahon know that he loves him. Me personally, I hate Vince McMahon. He could go fuck himself for all I care. But then he probably would like that because he's a fucking weird dude. That's why Ric Flair is there. And said the fans kept NWA alive. He told a story about Harley Race and talked about how everyone he faced at the chase. He talked about how he went to saw. He went to say. I meant to say. How important it was to have several different brands of wrestling, because because not everyone can make it into the WWE or AW. He mentioned AW, by the way, and he loves being here at NWA. He said that on Thursday he's going to be with Tony Khan. Now I don't know if he messed up there, because if he's going to be with Tony Khan on Thursdays, I said to myself, how is that possible if Dynamite is going to be on a Wednesday? But again, maybe it's a meeting. Maybe they're gonna have lunch, whatever, a meeting, whatever. I don't know, because I think eventually Ric Flair is gonna come to AEW too. maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's like you know, have some kind of negotiations where how the debut Ric Flair in AEW. Maybe that's gonna be the whole discussion where they had on a Thursday. But I don't know. I digress. We'll see. I think but if he said Thursday and meant to say Wednesday, I think he meant to say Wednesday. Which is weird. Which is AEW Dynamite. But we'll see. But then he says, then he will be in the front row watching Chris Jericho. So again, I'm assuming he's talking about, you know, being there on a Wednesday, you know, Dynamite. But again, we'll find out. He also gave a shout out to his daughter, Charlotte Flair, basically calling her the Queen. He was joking on when he's said something about, you know, when Billy Corgan called him, he expected him to have a match with Nick Aldis for the NWA World Title. Ric Flair. And I said, no, I just need you to talk. And said, basically said to him, yo, what do you want me to say? And then Billy Corgan said, hey, you're Ric Flair. You can say whatever the hell you want. Thank you. Well, he said, well, okay, I can do that. And told the fans that he was going to do this for free. But Corgan said, no, I'll pay you anyways. Good man, Billy Corgan. Good man. And then he thanked the fans for everyone who is a fan of him and treated him fairly. And then Ric Flair was doing his, you know, his own woo. And then at one point, Ric Flair took off his jacket. You know, Ric Flair at one point run the ropes and said to himself, "Please don't do the knee drop. Please do not do the elbow drop because I'm worried about you, Ric Flair, that you might take a bump and then you might not get back up." And another thing, Ric Flair didn't blade. He didn't make himself bleed, so that's a plus as well. So there you go, folks. That was Ric Flair. He's, you know, retains to him no longer wrestling anymore, which, you know, I'll be fine with that, with him no longer wrestling anymore. But when it comes to his promo works, he still got it. Because he is the Nature Boy Ric Flair. There you go. So that, I want to get that out of the way first before we get to everything else happening in the show. Speaking of which, May 1st begins up. The pre-show. You had Lady Frost teaming up with the Hex, Allison Kay and Marty Bell defeating Janai, Palola, Mayfield and Taryn Terrell in the 6 women's tag team match, and that's 5 minutes and 7 seconds. They had another pre-show match that featured PJ Hawk defeating Kobe Carino, the son of Steve Carino, in the singles match. That's 6 minutes and 57 seconds. And there you go. And now let's get to the main show. And the main show opened up with a video, obviously a video introduction relating to the pay-per-view for NWA 73, where they showed the past of NWA to the present, and it was great. It was amazing. And especially pertains to the build up some matches on the show here too as well. Pertains to what was on the main card, especially the main event between Nick Aldis versus Trevor Murdoch. Excuse me. I said Trent. But anyways, yeah, but that was that. And also, so you guys happened on the pre-show too. And folks, I'll be honest with you, I didn't watch the pre-show. I didn't even know there was even a pre-show until they mentioned it on the show from the beginning of the show. Oh yeah, they also show a segment on the show where it pertains to Aaron Stevens and trying to remember his name. It should say here. I mean, obviously, because I'm reading the results. Duh. Sorry, folks, I'm just tired. Oh, okay. JR Krastos. Basically, doing the whole old school NWA. This time in color. This time, I'm pretty sure it was the it was the 70s version of NWA programming, where it tends to May Valentine being an interviewer again, and yeah, and they're basically talking about being tag team champions and everything, and talking about other things as well. It was entertaining. It was very entertaining. Not gonna go through the entire thing, but yeah, it was very entertaining. Now we get to the main show. Now, like I said before, Conrad Thompson, he was a commentator for a little bit. He basically didn't stick around that long on commentary after the match between Mickie James and Kylie Ray, which I'll get to that when we get to it. So the opening match was the Brawl in the Lou, which is basically like a hardcore match. That's basically what it was. It lasted 9 minutes and 10 seconds. But if you have Tim Storm versus Tom Latimer versus Crimson, so obviously I can't remember who came out first. I want to say it was Tom Latimer who came out first, and then Tim Storm, and then Crimson. But either way, Crimson came out last. As he's making his way to the ring, he gets attacked from behind by someone. I don't know who it was, because again, we're just me watching NWA. I love pictures too. Me not watching NWA. I meant to say, or just me not watching NWA, the shows. Which is the NWA Power or other shows. Beforehand, when I get to this show, I want to know what's going on. I got here from the commentators to explain to me, as a casual, to know what's going on with this whole thing. So I had no clue who this guy was. In fact, what was his name again? I can't remember where I had my. Oh, here it is, right here. All right, let me bring up his name before I move on, because this is it has something to do with Crimson here, obviously. But let me look it up. All right, here we go. Jack Stane. Okay, so Jack Stane is his tag team partner, and I forgot the name of the tag team names already. But he attacks Crimson, and apparently, since this whole thing leading up to this, they had issues already. They were having some dissensions, but then on the pre-show, which was explained by one of them on commentary, I think it was Joe Galli, who said that Jack's Dane basically gives Crimson good luck to him in the match against Tom Latimer and Tim Storm in this brawl in the Lou. And just seeing this, I'm like wait a minute, so his tag team partner attacks him, beats him up and everything, and then basically leaves him laying injured, before the match even started. So since it was since he does intentionally to screw up his partner, that's the end of that tag team. Despite me not knowing about the situation or why they're having dissensions or why they decided to have issues until the pre-show, where he said, telling Crimson, "Hey man, good luck in your match tonight," and then he does this. So it was shocking to see that happening, where it seems to what happened there, and wow, just wow. Now if I was a regular fan watching the show, I would get the swerve of the night. But because I didn't know about the situation, and me coming as a casual, not knowing what's going on, this to me was a shock, because I had no idea who this guy was, and checking out Crimson and then find out that that's his partner, and he's taking him out and everything. So that's gonna be a program leading up to where they decided to do this program between Crimson and Jack Stane. So the match continued on without Crimson, between Tom Latimer and Tim Storm. Yeah, trash cans in there, because you know what that means. Ladders. My God, the ladders spot was crazy with Tom Latimer onto Tim Storm. Let's do a chair involved, and my God, and those chairs to the head. My God, to Tim Storm by the Tom Latimer. My God. I can't remember what other weapons that were used as well, but ladders, chairs, trash cans were used. Tom Latimer did I want to call it a swanton onto Tim Storm. Do a ladder on the outside, by the way, on that other ladder. My God, I can't remember if there was a table used in there. I remember there was one table that was used in the match, which I'll get to that later. But my God, this match was insane. And it was the opening match. You have a partner being turned by his own partner. Start the show, and And this match ends up being insane. And then all of a sudden, Christian comes back out, you know, against Dr. Swish, to fight another day, or whatever, right? He's holding his ribs and everything, selling the bean that he took from earlier, and the match resumes, obviously it still resumes with Chrism, get back in the match here. One point, Chrism and Tim Storm whipping each other with belts. Basically, Tim Storm took the belt from the referee because Chrism had a belt with him that he used for his tights and everything. And they started whipping each other with the belts and all that. And then Tom Latimer was getting involved, and then also Tom Latimer gets clothesline out of the match. I mean, out of the ring, to say, with the basically using the bus as a clothesline on them. So the match still continues. Also, Tim Storm hits the I can't remember what I think he hit his finishing move, the perfect storm onto Crimson, and beats Crimson. And like, oh, okay, Tim Storm wins. I was not expecting Tim Storm to win, but either way, it was a damn good match. Tom Latimer was my pick, by the way. But yeah, I couldn't believe that Tim Storm got the win. And I'm like, wow, that was unexpected. So yeah, but yeah, either way, good for Tim Storm though. A guy who's in his 50s, still doing what he's doing, and he's in this type of match, and he won. He's gained some momentum there. I mean, he's always been having that momentum. So good for him. Next match, we get to Mickie James, Hardcore Country, Mickie James, versus Smiley Kylie Rae. Match lasted 5 minutes and 35 seconds. And match, I thought it was decent. Very decent match. Mickie James still got it. And Mickie James won the match. No much to say. After the match, I noticed someone was coming down from the entranceway in a black outfit with a black mask on, attacking Mickie James. And as soon as I saw the body shape, and now when I first saw the person, I like, who could that be? And then once that happened, the attack happened in the ring, I saw the body shape and everything. I said to myself, is that Deonna Purrazzo? Now I couldn't tell really. Obviously, there's no way you couldn't tell because you need to see how her face looks and all that. And the camera work, by the way, did a very good job of make sure they didn't catch her eyes. Because if I would have saw her eyes, I probably would say I would recognize that eyes from anywhere. And I remember there was one move that this masked person did to Mickie James, because Mickie James was fighting back and everything, right? But there's one move there that she did, this masked person did, is like, yep, that's Deonna Purrazzo. And then she revealed herself to be Deonna Purrazzo, and she continued the assault until Kylie Rae got in the ring, and then Deonna Purrazzo left the ring. So right there, that tells you right there, after what they did, but Deonna Purrazzo attacking Mickie James on the show here, telegraphing what's going to be happening on Impact Wrestling, leading up for Bound for Glory. Because I said this before. I said even before they decided to do this whole thing with Deonna Purrazzo doing this to Mickie James on the show. Because happened on Impact Wrestling, which tends to basically Impact Wrestling's home show for EmPowerrr, which tends to hold it with Melina versus Deonna Purrazzo, where Mickie James was attacked by Deonna Purrazzo on the segment that they did. And I was like, that, with that happening, that, I called her from there, like, that's probably gonna lead to something where it tends to Mickie James versus Deonna Purrazzo at Bound for Glory for Impact Wrestling. And then after this, that's what they're definitely telegraphing for. Right there, it just told him right there. That's what they're gonna be building up for. Mickie James versus Deonna Purrazzo for Bound for Glory. And Bound for Glory is only alright, what's today's date? Oh yeah, a month away. We're only a month away till we get to Bound for Glory in October, because we're in September. So I cannot wait to see how they build this up between Mickie James and Deonna Purrazzo. because they already have building up bad blood between the two so far. So there you go. And after the match was over, then we had Tim Storm join on commentary, which means Conrad Thompson exit out of the commentary, and then the rest of the commentaries with Joe Galli, Tim Storm, and Velvet Sky. Next match, we had Tyrus, the Masked Man, and Jordan Clearwater with Austin Idol at ringside. The legendary Austin Idol, I should say. Versus the Pope and the End, which is Odinson and Paro. A 6-man tag team match that's 12 minutes and 52 seconds. The End tag team are basically the Vikings. They're basically what they look like to me. They're Vikings. Cool Vikings too, by the way. Like the War Raiders from WWE. So yeah, Tyrus, he's the NWA United States champion. And as far as this match was, I did not like this match at all, folks. This match was not good at all. To me, this match was, if anything, was the weakest match on the show. Well, I won't say this was the weakest match. I know what was the weakest match, but I'll get to that when I get to it. But this was basically the second weakest match on the show. And you're probably wondering, what is the first weakest match on the show? You'll find out once I get to it. But yeah, this match was, to me, was no good. Tyrus is not good in the ring like he used to be. I mean, I'm not saying he was always great, but this didn't make him look good at all. But this match was booked terrible. It was not played out right in a way. I was not a fan of this match at all. And it sucks too, because I love the Pope, because his in-ring abilities, and liking this tag team of the End, especially they have a presence and the way they carry themselves as a tag team. They could be something tag team wrestling. As far as Jordan Clearwater, don't know much about him, but I wasn't that impressed of him. The Masked Man, I wasn't that impressed of him either. Tyrus, coming back to wrestling, I don't understand why. To me, I get it. He's good friends with Billy Corgan, that, and he still loves. I'm pretty sure he still loved the business, which is why he's back. But this was he didn't look good at all in this match. And with match lasting 12 minutes and 52 seconds, Tyrus got the win. By the way, I forgot too. By the way, some guy interfered to cost the match of the Pope and the End. I guess he was along with Tyrus, the Masked Man, and Jordan Clearwater too. I don't know if he is or not, because again, I'm a casual. I don't know what's going on. I don't watch the shows to know whose side he's on and who's why he helped him or whatever. But he was just he was distracting one of the tag teams of the End. And based how they looked, like, oh my god, this is they were the cameraman at this point should have had a different type of camera angle to pan a different direction to not see one of the tag team of the End trying to go after this guy who would interfere, and you could visibly see he's waiting for his cue to get in there to try to break up the count. And sure enough, he gets there. We break up the count, but by the time he got there, it was way too late. But Tyrus was going to get the win here. Also, the Masked Man tags himself into the match and got the win. And I guess now there's been some tensions between the Masked Man versus Tyrus. Tyrus is upset that he took the pinfall. Like that's supposed to be my win and everything. He didn't really put in that much effort of like, that's my win, And then the Masked Man, kept staring at him, staring a hole, burn a hole, in his face. Kept staring at him. I guess he wants a shot against Tyrus, despite them being a team. And Jordan Clearwater is not, delusional of all this and everything, not realizing what's going on with that whole thing. He's like, oh yeah, we won, and Austin Idol tried to with him being there trying to calm things down, and then finally Jordan Waterfield finally got there, like, oh okay, like, yeah, so I don't know what they're gonna do with that, folks. I don't know what they're gonna do with that whole thing, but yeah, but I'm not gonna find out either way because I'll watch the show weekly to know on the follow-up anything what's going on with that. So there's that. Chris Adonis defends his NWA National Championship title against the Cowboy James Storm. About it, we're to Chris Adonis. He is still called the Masterpiece. I guess they'll never trademark that one. Same thing with they claim to trademark Master Lock, but then again, you can't really trademark Master Lock because the Master Lock company is still around, which is still their Master Lock locks. But it lasted 14 minutes and 3 seconds. It did. It was a good match. It was a good classic wrestling match. And then the finish happened. So James Storm went for his I think it was just, if I recall, he went for his last super kick, right? Let's see, he went for his finisher, I think. But Chris Adonis had his foot on the rope. Referee sees it, and not knowing that his foot was on the ropes already, he hit the 3 anyways. So we were thinking, James Storm won. He's a national champion. Nope. Bursting the bubbles of the fans at Missouri, St. Louis, Missouri, and to James Storm, who's obviously more upset. And the crowds were booing the referee. And I said to myself, what do you expect, He was doing the right thing. The referee was doing the right thing, He was, shit happens. And then, Chris Adonis, I don't remember what he did. To get he trips up James Storm, goes for pin him. Referee counts the 3. With Chris Adonis getting his foot on the ropes and everything. And I said to myself, okay, that one right there was ridiculous now. So, referee couldn't see his foot on the ropes there, at that time. But he had no problem with seeing the rope, his foot on the ropes when he made that 3 count for James Storm. But once he made the 3 count for Chris Adonis, he couldn't even tell that Chris Adonis had his foot on the ropes. And the James Storm was upset with that. He now the cameraman showed this part, but the commentators saw it, and they basically give us feedback for those who watch it on the pay-per-view. That James Storm took his beer bottle and all that, and he poured on the referee and all, and I guess he tried to throw that at him too and all. But yeah, there you go. That was it. Well, yeah, man, the finish was a little terrible, not presented right. But I understand what they were going for. But either way, it still didn't hurt the match though. It was still a good match. So either way, it was still good. Now we'll get to the first weakest match on the show. Because if I thought that the 6-man tag team match was going to be the weakest match on the show, this next match, man, it took the cake on this night. So we had a battle royal, and I love battle royals. Hell, when it comes to WWE's battle royals, I can't name you any one of any battle royals in WWE that can tell you, oh yeah, that was the weakest match on the show. Hell, even Andre the Giant's Memorial Battle Royal, which is garbage, the way they book it and the way they presented it, even on pre-shows. I can't tell you one battle royal that I thought was the weakest battle royal. Where it comes to that, especially where it comes to the women's battle royal, where it comes to the women's battle royal to win the cup, the trophy, basically where it comes to WrestleMania. I can't tell you one battle royal that I thought, oh yeah, that was the weakest battle royal I've ever seen in my entire life of ever watching pro wrestling. This one right here was the worst. So here's your participants, and I feel bad for the participants that were in there too, by the way. For those that look at have potential and look at they could make this match something. You had some guy named Luke Hawk, who has potential, who has the body and everything. You have El Rudo, El Rudo, I think it has to say his name. Who also I see has potential too, you know. Especially him being in Lucha Libre. You have Sal Rudo, you know, the guy that I talked about before, where I did some NWA coverage before, but NWA Power. With him, I got to talk about his outfit, by the way. His attire, I mean his tights had basically paying homage to all legends. That he could wear, like a Terry Funk, Dusty Rose. I think on the dollar signs may represent Ted DiBiase, maybe. The $1 Million Man. Other ones I can't remember. Other maybe he's wearing some tassels, where it's Ultimate Warrior, or maybe Rock and Roll Express, or maybe the Rockers. Who knows? Wearing the furry shin for his wrestling boots to pay homage to the late great Bruiser Brody. Can't remember where else color tires they used to, because some I couldn't really make out what was supposed to mean. But after seeing that, that was pretty cool. But Reno, because again, sometimes I couldn't pronounce his last name that much, anyways, folks. But he used to be in the program with May Valentine, and also with Isaac Royce, or Royce Isaac. I can't remember which you call he's called by Royce Isaacs or Isaac Royce. I don't remember, but I digress. But yeah, but even with him, with that cool outfit though, not even he couldn't make this match, made me care about this match. You had some guy named Marshall Rocket, who has potential too, but he couldn't help me care about this match either. And especially you got some other guys like Rush Freeman, which that's a cool name to have as a wrestler. That sounds like a cool name. Heartthrob, Jaden. I did not like him at all. Not because of how he's carrying himself. I just didn't like him. Captain Yuma, don't know much about him. Jeremiah Plonsky, I think it's what it is. Don't know much about him. And you have some guy named Nick Stanley, don't know much about him. Matt Mims, don't know much about him either. Slice Boogie though, he has some potential, but they got rid of him. JTG, Crown Time, Brooklyn. JTG, not even he couldn't help me care about this match. And then they brought in some guy, to make it to make it 13 participants, because originally it was supposed to be only 12 participants, but it ends up being 13. But since to swerving us in a way, bringing in some guy named Julius. Yeah, Julius. And I'm trying to remember who is he, like, because he looked familiar. Cause I was thinking to myself, he looks familiar. But when he came out, he had a black short hair, like how Eddie Edwards used to have when he was in the Wolves with David Richards. But he had but what pertains to Julius, he had his hair was a little more had a little more than Eddie Edwards during that time. And he had a beard like Eddie Edwards in a way, but not bushy like how Eddie Edwards is. But not Eddie Edwards, but it's not that bushy, but it is trimmed in a way. So that's basically how I saw it too as well. And he has good size, but he's got good size and everything. But I'm saying to myself, well, who is this guy? By the way, I his real name, by the way, I don't know if this is his real name, but his real name here is Michael Cole. Let me double check that, by the way, just to make sure. Yeah, that's his birth name, Michael Cole. Wow. But he also had his he has some ring names, like Michael Julius, You have his other wrestling name, which is Murphy from TNA Wrestling. And I think to myself, oh, that's who he is. And for those who don't know, Murphy, back in the days of TNA Wrestling with Gunner, who's now Jason Riker in WWE, they were the the bodyguards for Immortal when they first started this whole Immortal angle back in 2010. Yeah, like wow. And last time I saw him was back in 2011 because I haven't seen him since 2011, and I didn't know what he's been up to ever since. But yeah, the commentators basically put him over. He's been some other promotions too as well. I think Joe Galli mentioned him being in Lucha Underground and stuff. I remember him being in Lucha Underground. If he was, I would remember, but he wasn't part of Lucha Underground. Wait, I don't know what he's talking about. And after looking it up here, like I don't know what he's thinking. I don't know what he thought. He came from Lucha Underground, which is that whole thing. But no, he never was in Lucha Underground. But they basically like a monster. Like he's supposed to be like the Undertaker / Kane in a way. And he was speaking of which, which is and here's a good example too. Father James Mitchell brought him to the ring. Yeah, they basically try to telegraph that he's going to be like a monster of Undertaker and Kane combination. And they book like monster too, by the way. So they had this match, and here's the thing: it's not just me, folks. It was not just me. The crowds in St. Louis, Missouri, they didn't give a fuck about this match at all. Even when it first started, from the middle, the entire time, the crowd was just quiet. They were just sitting on their hands and not reacting until they got a little shorter, and then all of a sudden they started caring. And this match was weird because eliminations could be can happen by which is being thrown out of the ring, right? Not thrown over the top rope, but when you go through the ring, through the ring. It could be possible too. With this guy, Judas, being booked as a monster. But it can happen too. But anyways, to get eliminated, you gotta throw your opponent out of the ring. Doesn't matter if you throw them over the top or through the ropes, or even under the ropes. Even under the ropes. Last time I heard about a Battle Royal, someone getting eliminated through the ropes, or even over the ropes or under the ropes, was back in the days when WWE did it with the women's. During the time when they're just doing the Divas division. That's the last time I remember seeing that Battle Royal like that. And then I didn't see it right here on NWA, and this match did not do it for me at all, folks. I was bored of this. Sometimes I'll be on my phone like this, like what because this didn't interest me at all. I was not thrilled with this match at all. And it's a damn shame because I enjoy watching Battle Royals. And this was the weakest Battle Royal I've ever seen in my entire life. And Judas won the match. But he bossed the finish, the elimination though, to JTG, by the way. I was thinking myself, is anyone gonna win this match? Give it to JTG. The Judas guy, I don't see this happening with him because based on who won them on the main event. But I'll tell when I get to it. But I guess NWA knows how what they're doing there. But Judas got the win. He botched, and I say he botched it because JTG was going to go for something, pretends to get back in the ring or whatever, and the Judas was bouncing the ropes from that, but he slipped in the way, and then he ends up still eliminating JTG. That finish did not look good at all, and this match didn't look good either. So your winner is Judas. He's now the number contender for an opportunity. Oh, okay, now I see. It's not for the NWA World Championship, is for the NWA National Championship. I must have read it wrong. So my apologies, folks. And that's a 20 minutes, by the way. This battle royal lasted 20 minutes and 8 seconds, and I was bored like a motherfucker. You don't want to be bored, but just watching a pro wrestling match, especially if that pro wrestling match is a battle royal. Camille defends her NWA Women's World Championship title in 20 minutes and 33 seconds against Chelsea Green, who won the Invitational Gauntlet Cup Battle Royal to earn this opportunity for the title shot against Camille. Now there are some communications, a few communications about maybe 3, because I guess some moves they're trying to do, and then Joel at one point. It could be 4 times too, by the way, but it depends on how who's counting. But the match still was decent, in the end, it was Camille getting the win over on Chelsea Green by submission, by the way. And they put over Camille by saying she's never won with a submission move before, and she used some elements pertains to with Layla Hirsch, pertains to her being a submission specialist. So I can't remember what Camille also did too, pertains to that's nothing. Camille did not Zack Ryder. He's not that anymore. Matt Cardona. Camille did Matt Cardona's radio silence onto Chelsea Green, and the commentators no sold it. Velvet Sky didn't sell it. Tim Storm, well, I was not expecting him to sell it because I'm pretty sure he doesn't know who Matt Cardona is. Joe Galley didn't sell it. Like I recognize that move, and it is good that Camille did that move too to Chelsea Green, because Chelsea Green is, the girlfriend of Matt Cardona. And we all know Matt Cardona does that move a lot. So Camille did that, to play mind games with Chelsea Green. But the commentators didn't call that spot. They was like, it was just a regular move that that we never saw Camille do. Now if I was on commentary, I would have pointed out either way. But yeah, they missed the ball on that one, by the way. But they could say, imagine Camille could have beat Chelsea Green with Chelsea Green's boyfriend's wrestling finishing move, something like that. But Camille did a spear, but it wasn't a great spear, to be honest with you. And especially when Chelsea Green in the ropes and all that. So, but like I said, in the end, Camille got the win with the armbar, and basically with the bad arm that I won't say bad arm, but a bad wrist by Chelsea Green that Camille kept targeting, and she kept targeting it. And so Camille retained, obviously. Like I said before, Chelsea Green may have won the battle royal, but they made sure she was gonna win the belt. Either way, I wouldn't be fine with her winning the belt too, but Camille's doing a great job being the NWA Women's World Champion. And they did right there, which is to having Camille retain the title. And that was it. Then we get to the semi-final. The semi-main event. The semi-main event, I should say, for the NWA World Tag Team Championship. That's at 14 minutes and 4 seconds, with La Rebellion. Sorry, folks. La Rebellion being accompanied by Conan. Now I heard on the theme song of LAX. And I'm like, at first I was thinking nothing of it. I was thinking, wait, are they associated with Conan? And also I saw Conan coming out there. Okay, awesome. I wasn't expecting Conan to be there, but he's leading La Rebellion of Bestia 666 and Mecha Wolf 450. 450. And they were up against the champions, Aaron Stevens and J.R. Crestos. And I just thought it was pretty good. And obviously you got Conan, getting out, getting involved in the match, behind referees back and all that. Me coming in there, I like to myself, who's the babyface here? Who's the heels? That was my thing. I was thinking that at first, but and then it took away from me on the match though. Aaron Stevens was doing a hell of a performance in the match, and this match was pretty good. But obviously, La Rebellion was getting the upper hands because Conan kept cheating for them, and it got ridiculous. It was getting ridiculous, but again, it took away from the match from there. It felt like an old school tag team here, or how they did this. Yeah, they did a great job here. And Conan took a bump our way, with this trying to get involved, at one point, and then he got taken out at one point, but he recovered after that. It was good. It was good how they did. And they get to the finish. Aaron Stevens, he got low blow, I'm assuming. Basically, La Rebellions are, I guess, they're the heels at this point because they cheated to win here. And on top of it, Conan kept getting involved too. And they did the finisher, which I forgot what they called it, but I'll bring that up when I do the highlights. My highlights of the night. But yeah, it was La Rebellion gained the win and new NWA World Tag Team Champions. Awesome. Either way, awesome. Because I don't think we ever had. And Conan says, by the way, after the match was over, he could have promo saying, we never had a Mexican and a Puerto Rican being tag team champions in NWA before, but just to the Latin committee, the Hispanics and all that. Like, wow, that's awesome. So Bestia 666 is a Mexican wrestler, and Mecha Wolf of 450 is a Puerto Rican wrestler. So basically, Bestia 666 is the one with the face paint skull with the number 666 on there, and Mecha Wolf 450 was the one who's wearing the wolf mask. I think just for show, for the entrance, and then he referred himself with face paint. I forgot how the face paint looked, but it looked pretty cool. Basically, he's supposed to be the wolf of this whole thing, and Bestia is supposed to be like some type of demon because 666. So, but yeah, it was good. It was good. Good tag team match, and you had new tag team champions. Then we get to the main event, where it's title versus career. Trevor Murdoch put his career on the line, and you had the national treasure, the NWA World Heavyweight Champion Nick Aldis, who would defend the title, obviously. And the whole thing of the career being on the line, of Trevor Murdoch, it was his idea. It was actually his idea, and he did it just just trying to get one more crack at the title against Nick Aldis. The first match they had, Nick Aldis had to cheat to retain his title. The second match they had, Nick Aldis beat him clean, and this is the third time, to get his final chance. And so Trevor Murdoch's family was there. I should bring it up. Trevor Murdoch's family, of his two sons. One he's a little. I think maybe I could always look it up though to see, but he looked like he's in his teen years. But maybe look it up though. And his son, obviously, his son, he looked like he's 5 years old, or maybe close to being 6 or 7. And also his wife was there too, by the way. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think either his brother. I don't remember if they say of his brother or his father. I thought that was his father, by the way, but I digress. Or maybe the uncle. Oh, at the same time, it could be his brother who could be the uncle of his two sons. Alright, let me see. No, it's just telling me, it's not really telling me much here. Yeah, not much is telling me here, folks. I digress, though. But yeah, it's supposed to be a good few moments for him. Have his kids there. His attire pertains to his jacket that he's wearing. What's the colors? A Harley Race's robe, half red, half black. I mean, half red, half blue. I meant to say, with his name, obviously with Murdoch's name on the back. But during the time, it was right. Either it was Harley or Race, or maybe it was a combination of both. I can't remember. I mean, I'll go Google it to find out. For you guys. Sorry, folks. Eyes a little worried. Harley Race robe. Alright, here we go. Let's see. Here we go. Okay, Race. That's what it is. Race. But with Trevor Murdoch, it was with his already Race, he wore a robe. But Trevor Murdoch, he was wearing like a sports jacket. I mean, not a sports jacket. Like one of those jumper jackets, not that. I can't remember how you say how it's called, or what. Remember the name of it. Oh yeah, hold on a second. Oh yeah, Harley Race wore that before too, didn't he? Oh yeah, that's right. He also wore this type of jacket too. In fact, let me show it to you, folks. Yeah, this is the type of jacket that Harley Race wore back in the days. And Trevor Murdoch decided to wear this type of jacket too. So I'm glad they showed it. I'm glad they showed this too, by the way. So that's basically what Trevor Murdoch was doing, because he's paying homage to his coach, who helped him train him to be a wrestler in the first place, the late great Harley Race. So there you go. So they made this like a good feel main event match, right? Where it's so important because Trevor Murdoch is putting his career on the line, and Nick Aldis is putting his title on the line. So we were about to get ready to have this match going on, right? All of a sudden, Nick Aldis just goes to attack Trevor Murdoch, who's trying to greets his greet with his family and everything, right? And Nick Aldis attacking Trevor Murdoch in front of his family before the match even starts, and they start fighting also on the outside, and then they start fighting into the crowd, and and obviously they'll it's back and forth fighting and all that, right? And they start fighting on the stage, and then Nick Aldis get the better of Trevor Murdoch. One of the other guys behind the scenes came out. I don't remember his name. Told Nick Aldis to get back in the ring, and then Nick Aldis was not hearing any of it, and then Billy Corgan comes out. Billy Corgan comes out too, and tells Nick Aldis, get back in the ring and everything, right? And then Nick Aldis like, you want to punch me? It's not that. And basically, he's teasing something here. He tried to egg on Billy Corgan to hit him, and Billy Corgan looks like he's ready to throw down with him. But yeah, they start breaking him up and everything, and then still continue. Where Trevor Murdoch getting his ass kicked by Nick Aldis, and then finally they start fighting. Nick Aldis and Trevor they get at ringside, and they get in the ring, and then from there ring the bell, and then the chaos stopped from there. So the match lasted 16 minutes and 25 seconds, and so they have at it. and this match, or even before the match even started, this match already stole the show for me. With the how it was presented, how everything that's Trevor Murdoch will being 40 years old, and his career's on the line, and it really told a story here. We're to on the review package they did too, by the way, not just we're the opener, but I did show a review package here too as well. Before this match started too. How this whole thing ended, how this whole thing started between Nick Aldis and Trevor Murdoch, and it was a great story. It went back to the days of NWA Power, when it first started, to everything that they did up to this point, and I thought it was tremendous. And with them fighting before the match even started, brawling into the crowds and all that, it was and on the stage, and then Nick Aldis, is being a dick, because he's a heel, and finally get to the match and all that, and they're having a great match, by the way, which no surprise there. Great, it was a great match. We got a referee bump. Robert, I forgot his last name. Robert King. I think that's what it said. He must be a referee for WWE at one point. So Robert King got taken out, and Nick Aldis and Trevor Murdoch are fighting again, and then on the outside I should say, Nick Aldis was beating up on Trevor Murdoch in front of his kids and wife, and again I'm assuming that's his that's Trevor Murdoch's brother, but I digress. And then we get to a part where Nick Aldis was going to get the belt from the ring announcer, which I forgot his name. I think it's Kyle. I already forgot his name, folks. My apologies, probably, folks. But wait, yeah, basically, he went to get his belt right, and he hits the ring announcer, and he hits the timekeeper. Like, himself, what the hell's wrong with you, Nick Aldis? And I see why what he was doing there. He was trying to get his belt. He wanted to get a table. So he missed the table from the timekeeper's area. And he put on Trevor Murdoch on the table. He went from the top rope from outside the ring. I mean from in the ring, I'm going to say, on the top rope. Go for his elbow drop onto Trevor Murdoch on the outside, do a table. Oh my God, that was sick. Run back to the ring, and then goes for a cover, and we get a new referee coming in there. Goes for an count, and Trevor Murdoch kicks out, and match goes on. It was chaos, but it was great. It was great either way. So, also I can't remember. Oh yeah, they went for figure four. They went for figure four leg locks in this match between Trevor Murdoch and Nick Aldis. I won another. Pay homage to Ric Flair. They did some moves too, since to NWA World Champions of the past, which was great too. They did that too. And then finally, Trevor Murdoch. I can't remember what he did before he went for his finisher. But once he went for his finisher, which is the Rick Steiner's finisher, which Rick Steiner's finisher is from the second rope or even the top rope, either way, to go for the super bulldog or something like that. Which you gotta get your opponent while your opponent you're watching your opponent's back right there. Basically, I'm right. I'm on the second rope, and my opponent's right there. My opponent doesn't know where I'm at, so I'm going to jump on my opponent, have my arm around my opponent's head, and then bulldog him. Either on the second rope or the top rope. So that's Trevor Murdoch's finishing move, and I knew that was his finishing move too, because I've been watching NWA Power during that time, and I always knew that was his finishing move. And as soon as he hit that, I said to myself, that's gotta be over, and it's over. And yes, your winner. Finally, Trevor Murdoch's dream has come true, because he is the new NWA World Series Champion. He's finally won the big one. He's finally won the world title that he always wanted to win. ending the 1,403 record. Because Nick Aldis held out that belt since 2018 of October, and he held out for that long. Again, 1,043 days of being champion. Especially during the pandemic, which there's nothing you can do with that, folks, because it's the pandemic. What can you do? But either way, folks, wow. And I was happy for him. His family came in the ring to celebrate with him. Ric Flair came out there to celebrate with him. And Ric Flair says, congratulations and everything. And he always thought he had something, in relation to Trevor Murdoch. Even Harley Race, I think he's based on some of Harley Race, so he saw something in you, whatever. And he says, congratulations, man, you're a world champion. And yeah, it was awesome, amazing. So yeah, Trevor Murdoch, and on top of that, I believe Trevor Murdoch is from Missouri, right? Let me double check. Yeah, he is. He's from Missouri, so he had the home field advantage either way. Yeah, so very happy for Trevor Murdoch, man. I've always been a fan of Trevor Murdoch too, by the way, folks. Even back in the days of when he was in WWE, where he should have been the guy to at least to be to hold on a singles title. I'm not saying he should have been world champion in WWE, but at least give him a run for the United States title, the Intercontinental title, because I think he could carry that division at that time, when it comes to the mid card division in WWE. The fact that they didn't do it because he wasn't sports entertainment enough for them. Fuck you, WWE. So yeah, great for Trevor Murdoch here, becoming the NWA World Champion. Even if it's for short terms, he can at least say that he became World Champion in pro wrestling. So that's something that you cannot take away from Trevor Murdoch. He deserves it. So congratulations in his hand to Trevor Murdoch of being the World Heavyweight Champion, and he did it for the man upstairs. Not just God, but the other man upstairs, the late great Harley Race. And there you go, folks. And that was your NWA 73 anniversary show from August 29th, 2021. And now let's get to the highlights. So now usually for some highlights I will go for one thing that was great, or something that may not be great, but there was one thing that I thought I don't know what I was gonna say from there, but again, I'm tired, folks. You gotta bear with me here, but usually what tends to these type of moments, sometimes it'll be more than one. Well, here we go. For example, swerves of the night will have to be Deanna Purrazzo as the masked woman attacking Mickie James, and it pertains to the 12 participants that now turn to 13 participants. Because I thought it pertains to the 13 spot, it was gonna be like a surprise that people will react to it. They reacted to James Mitchell though, but it pertains to Judas, yeah, no one didn't know who he was. So that was a fail. But those were swerves on the night. Shock of the night was Jax Dane attacking his tag team partner Crimson, which ended the tag team of those two. Which again, I don't remember the tag team names, so and let alone I don't even know the tag team names. So moment of the night, obviously, Trevor Murdoch winning the world title in the NWA. Pops of the night, Ric Flair, woo, and Trevor Murdoch. Those two had the biggest pops on that show. Promos of the night, Ric Flair, obviously, and Trevor Murdoch. That's nothing. He got a promo too. We're saying win the title in his hometown and all that, and he did it for Harley Race, did it for his family, and he says he's finally world champion. And yeah, it was a good promo. Because he's a good talker too, by the way. Trevor Murdoch, he's a very good talker, which is why he's he could cut a very good promo in pro wrestling. So promos of the night goes to Ric Flair and Trevor Murdoch. A video promo of the night is the NWA 73 introduction video. Segment of the night was May Valentine, Aaron Stevens, and JR Christos. Pertains to the 70s NWA segment that they did, which was just not in color, but it was good though. It was good and entertaining. Entrance of the night was Chelsea Green with her that type of hat that she wears, that she and it shows she had that the black type of gown thing. I mean, it's not a gown, but something that that goes for routines to that she always wear. And she brought her trophy out too and all. But basically, her entrance looked pretty cool. So she gets entrance of the night. In fact, also go with I'm also gonna go with Trevor Murdoch, which is his paying homage to Harley Race, which is him wearing his own jacket. With the colors of Harley Race, that red and blue. So yeah, Trevor Murdoch gets that too, alongside with Chelsea Green. Performances of the night, because originally I was gonna go for Aaron Stevens too. So Aaron Stevens won them, and Trevor Murdoch, who gets that too. Move of the night had to be Chelsea Green's cutter onto Camille. Finish of the night, we had to go to what's the tag team name again? La Rebellion, which is to Mark of the Beast. When I saw that finishing move, that tag team finishing move, I'm like, holy shit, that looked just sick. Oh my god. Basically it was like getting your opponent on the shoulders. Yeah, like you go for a doomsday device, but instead of a doomsday device, it was a backstabber, backhacker, which I say, onto Aaron Stevens. It looked sick. That looked like a type of finishing move that you cannot get up from. And that's exactly what happened. Our real match of the night, which in a good way, a great way, was the Brawl at the Lou with Crimson, Tom Latimer, and Tim Storm. Show steal of the night had to be the NWA World Championship title match. This is awesome match of the night chant, which pertains to that, goes to the NWA World Championship title match because it was awesome based on how it was booked. Pitch perfect. It was booked. And match of the night, we had to go to the NWA World Tag Team Championship match. And there you go. And those were my highlights for NWA 73. My overall strength for the show, on the other hand, for NWA 73, which is this anniversary show, I'm gonna go with a 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10 just because of Trevor Murdoch's having that moment. If it wasn't for that moment, the show would have gotten an 8 out of 10 either way. Either way, it would still be a great, and a B plus, A plus in a way, a grade for me. It was still a great show, and the show was great. Minus the two weakest matches that I saw, that really didn't do anything for me. And on top of that, you have Ric Flair there, so that right there is a plus right there. So there you go, folks, and that will conclude the review for National Wrestling Alliance review, which is to give you NWA 73 results. And that being said, thank you all for watching. For It's Natural Born Thriller saying peace on the streets. Take care.